Welcome back, it's your boy Paula right here. And today, sad day in history. I was hoping to never make this video, but one day I would have to make it, and I'm guessing today is the day. We're going to talk about the parting ways of New England and Bill Belichick. Today is a sad day for us New England fans. We haven't had a head coach in over 20 years. We will be getting a new head coach. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons of this firing, basically parting ways. And I'm going to give you five candidates I think should be the next head coach of the New England Patriots. Let's start on why this is a con basically for New England. One, we let go of the greatest, winningest coach in history of the NFL. I literally don't know I don't know how we can go on from this. The next head coach is literally going to have on his shoulders that you got to live up to Bill Belichick. And obviously, you're not going to live up to Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick is literally the GOAT. Just like how everybody expected Matt to be the next Tom, you're not going to get the next Bill. We got to put that in the past. We had Bill, we had that go. We on to the new future. We on to bigger. I'm not going to say bigger and better things, but we are on to bigger and better things. Con to this, we get a new mind in the room. Like, we can get a new defensive mind, we can get an offensive mind. It's a new change of scenery for people. I don't know how players are going to I don't know how players reacted to this, how players feel about this. But I can tell you from my standpoint as a fan that I'm sad. I'll tell you straight like that. I'm sad that I ain't want him to go. I really ain't want him to go. I just wanted him to relieve his GM duties. I feel like as a GM, he's not as good as a GM he is as a head coach. Because he really doesn't sign nobody. He doesn't trade for nobody spectacular. And let's say he's not really a very good drafter. He always reaches on a lot of picks. There are picks there. Like last year, he did trade down and still got the best corner in the draft, which I don't know how nobody took him. But there's our drafts like 2019 where you had A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf, and Terry McLaurin on the board, and you took N'Keal Harry. Like, stuff like that. We just wanted that out the office. And we wanted somebody new in, but not new as a head coach. I'm telling you right now, it's just crazy. Like, I just know that the Pat fandom is going crazy right now. The news broke like 9 o'clock, and since then, the world has been on fire. We've seen Belichick, Saban, and Pete Carroll all gone to their head coaching jobs in the past 24 hours. And they're some of arguably the best coaches we've ever seen in the history of football. But next, I'm going to give you the 5 candidates that I think will be the next head coach. And then my number 1 candidate who I think will be and become the next head coach of the New England Patriots. Number 5 on my list is Bobby Sowick. I can't pronounce his last name, but the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. I think he is an excellent mind. He literally just took C.J. Stroud, rookie quarterback, Tank Dell, out for half the year. Nick Collins, who was in and out the lineup, and Noah Brown, who was also in and out the lineup, to the playoffs. They literally won the division. They have one of the best offensives in the league. Why wouldn't we want to have another offensive mind? He's probably one of the top 3 outside Belichick. We're not counting Belichick as right now because we don't know if he's retiring or not or going. He probably gonna coach again, but we don't know that. But Bobby is probably top 3. He's probably getting permission from like every team to talk to. He's probably gonna be a head coach. If not, he will be a head coach in the near future. He let one office turn a whole team. Him, D'Amico Ryans, turn a whole team that literally had the number 2 pick last year to the division leader, 10-6. There's nothing really else I can say besides him being one of the best minds in the league. My number 4 candidate, and probably the most like talked about hiring of a head coach today, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson literally probably has every team that needs a head coach vacancy at his front door knocking right now. Every team probably has tried to get permission to talk to Ben Johnson. Pat should be next because Ben Johnson is literally probably outside of like Shanahan, McVay, and a couple other coaches. He probably has the best offensive mind in the league. The man runs probably one of the best offenses in the league in the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions is one of 2 teams ever in the NFL history to have 4+ players to have 10+ touchdowns. The only other team is the 2013 Broncos, and we know how that team is. Literally 55 touchdowns by Peyton Manning. They have 5 players on that team, 10+ touchdowns. I think Ben Johnson can give us an excellent mind, offensive scheme that we've been missing for a while now. We haven't had a good offensive mind in our room. I mean, probably since 2020, since Josh left. And Josh, I don't know, as an offensive coordinator, he's great, but Ben Johnson is probably better, and we know Josh McDaniels cannot lead a team. He cannot be a head coach. He is no more than an offensive coordinator. Ben Johnson is probably leading candidate for every team on the board. Ben Johnson is probably the top of every team's board right now. They want Ben Johnson. They either want Ben or Bobby. But my number 3 candidate and the leading better on all the betting apps to be the next New England head coach, Jerod Mayo, currently our linebackers head coach. And I'm not going to lie. I'm speaking from the community that I see all the time. And me personally, I don't want Jerod Mayo as our head coach. I don't want somebody that's already been there. I don't want an in-house hire. I'm tired of in-house hires. I'm tired of us getting coaches that we've already had in the past, or that, like, I don't want Jerod. Jerod's a defensive-minded coach. We've already had a defensive-minded coach for 20-something years. We need to get off of it. Not really, because my number 1 is also a defensive-minded coach. But we'll get to that. Jerod, I don't know. I really don't think he can lead a team. Really, he hasn't even been to DC yet. I would put him at DC before a head coaching job, because we don't know. Like, he's a linebacker coach. Linebacker coach and head coach, 2 different things. Head coach, you're running the whole team. Linebackers coach, you're running the linebackers. At most, you're running the defense, because we really didn't have a defensive coordinator. But Bill did give Steve that job. So Steve was really our defensive coordinator. And Jerod Mayo would literally just be another Steve Belichick. And I don't think Jerod would be a good head coach. That's just me personally. He can literally prove me wrong. He can be our net coach, and he can literally take us to the playoffs next year. If he did that, I'll love him. But me personally, I don't think Jerod would be a good head coach for us. Number 2, these number 1 to number 2, I think these are the top 2 people that we should be going after. I think we should be throwing bags at them, and I think we should get them. Number 2 on my list, coming off a national championship, John Harbaugh. Who wouldn't want John Harbaugh? John Harbaugh literally has won every place he has gone. He started at Nevada, literally turned that program around. They had 2 11-1 seasons. Went to Stanford, literally won with Andrew Luck, literally turned that program around. Went to the NFL, went to the Niners, had 4 winning seasons, went to 3 conference championships, won to 1 Super Bowl. If you can't get better than that, then I don't know. Then he went, after he got fired from the Niners, he went to Michigan. And what has he done at Michigan? He has literally been to the playoffs the past, 3-4 years. He's just come off the national championship, went 15-0, has beaten Ohio State, who is prestigious, college, smoked them the past 3 years. He's just a winner. And who wouldn't want? He's a player's coach. The players love him. I don't know what else I gotta say. John Harbaugh is an excellent coach. He's a winner. We're a winning organization. All we do is win, and we need a winning head coach. That's all we need. Number one on my list, who I think will be the next head coach, who I think Robert Kraft will hire, and who I think will succeed as coach of the New England Patriots, and that is Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel will be the next head coach, in my opinion, of the New England Patriots. The man is a winner. He's won the first 3 years in Tennessee, made the playoffs, went to the AFC Championship with Ryan Tannehill. Derrick Henry arguably had a 2,000-yard season under him. He's a defensive-minded coach. We've had that for 25 plus years. Don't get rid of it, because why not? Mike Vrabel has the ties to New England. He was there for his whole career, was one of our defensive captains, was one of the best defensive players we've seen in the New England Patriots jersey. Robert Kraft loves him. They've already basically talked about him being a head coach for the New England Patriots in the near future. Why not just do it right now and get it over with? Just hire him, throw the bag at him. His first 3 years, he won. His past 3 years, they've been iffy, but they beat teams when they're not supposed to. They're always in fights. When you think they're out of it, he brings them back. And obviously, if you trade your star wide receiver, you're going to become bad. You're going to become they set him up for failure the past 3 years, and I don't blame him for that. And he's been working with what he has. He literally brought D-Hop in. D-Hop was a 1,000-yard receiver with Malik Willis for like 2 games, Will Levis, and Ryan Tannehill. Three different quarterbacks, and he still made something out of his star wide receiver. And that's what we need. Mike Vrabel is a guy that will go get it for you. Will go get that shit for you. I don't care if I'm cussing. Mike Vrabel is that fucking guy, and I want him as the next head coach as the New England Patriots. And that being said, Bill, thank you for everything that you've done for us. I appreciate you so much. There will never be another Bill Belichick in the history of life. You're the most winningest coach in the history of the NFL. As a Patriots fan, as a Patriots supporter for the rest of my life, we will appreciate you for whatever you've done. And whatever team you go to next, I will be rooting for you. Unless you play us. But I will always love you for this. Thank you, Bill. YouTube, thank you for watching this. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment down below. Leave a comment on who you think will be the next New England head coach. Which team you think Bill Belichick will go to? Me personally, I think he's going to the Chargers. That's just me. But YouTube, I appreciate you. Peace out.